Hey y'all, Myria Com here again, they, them, theirs, and thanks for being here to listen to me ramble about stuff. Gonna have to forgive me for the lighting, it's late today. I wasn't really planning on doing a recording, but here I am. I was thinking about this last night, and was kinda like, whatever, I don't need to do a recording about it. And then today I've kinda been, thinking about it more, so guess maybe I should. Life is really tough right now for a lot of people. Like, I know I'm not the worst off right now. I know I'm not. Life could be harder. I could be going through worse. But also, life could be a lot easier, and it's not. I keep thinking about, the main thing I wanted to talk about is this is for my fellow estranged adult children out there. Um, Yeah, especially those of you who were close with your parents prior to going no contact with them. Because I was pretty close with my parents. Um, I don't know why my eyes are so weird. It's probably because it's dark. Okay, anyway, I was pretty close with my parents, like, before going no contact with them. I've been thinking a lot about, like, the fact that I probably saw more of them than either of my siblings did. What I mean by that is, like, not only actually physically seeing more of them, but, like, I've seen more of who they really are than either of my siblings ever have, because I spent a lot more time around my parents than either of my siblings in our adult lives. So, like, that's both good and bad, right? Because I know them, and I spent a lot of time around them, and I was pretty close with them, at least with my mom. Like, we used to talk on an almost daily basis on the phone, and that sort of thing. Um, and most, like, so what I keep thinking of is, like, life is hard right now, and if this was before I had gone no contact with my parents, I would be calling my parents, mostly my mom, to talk about how hard life is. Um, and I don't regret being no contact with them because it is healthier for me. I'm sorry, my nose is very itchy suddenly. It's probably a tick. So I don't regret going no contact with them. I have been healthier mentally, um, not being in contact with them, and emotionally. I don't know if I would still be here if I was in contact with them while life is this hard. Let's just be realistic about that. However, I like the thing that I was thinking about last night is, like, I do live alone, so I don't really have anyone to talk to about this kind of stuff. And it used to be my mom. It used to be I would call my mother, and, like, we would talk about stuff. The unfortunate thing is, like, the older I got, the less helpful those phone calls were. The less helpful it was to actually talk to her about stuff that was bothering me or stuff that was hard or whatever. Because she would try and help, quote unquote, in the most unhelpful of ways. And, like, there are things where it's just like she's just really out of touch with reality, so she doesn't understand, like, if I was having job hunting issues or something. She doesn't understand the job market at all right now, so, like, she would try and help in, like, a 1980s kind of job market way, and I'm like, this doesn't work. I can't do that. This will not get me a job. Also, like, you don't understand. Like most people, I am a very capable person, and I could do pretty much any job I put my mind to be honest. However, that isn't going to get me a job interview, because especially in the current job market. In the current job market, you have to, on paper, be like, have proof that you can do the things. You can't just say, I'm really adaptable, because everyone says that. Especially if they're using AI to write their resumes and cover letters, which I do not do. But anyway, um, like that's just one example of like it wasn't helpful anyway to talk to my parents about the problems going on in my life anyway, like at this point in time. The older I got, the less helpful it was because the less helpful they were because they're just so out of touch with reality and so out of touch with like the reality of the current world, which I understand that's partially because they're just old and they're both retired now and it's not something they have to worry about, but also like don't try and help if you don't understand what it's like. It's not very helpful in those cases. But yeah, anyway, like I've just been thinking about like my sister has her husband she can talk to. My brother, I don't know who my brother talks to. He was, he's going through a divorce or just finished a divorce or whatever. I mean, he's dating people, so if he really wants, he can talk to the people he's dating or whatever. I say that because since he decided to get divorced, he has dated multiple women since then, so I don't know who he's dating at the moment. But anyway, like my siblings have people they can talk to, and my siblings can both talk to our parents if they want because they're still in contact with our parents. I kind of have nobody because I could talk to people at work, I guess, but we're at work to do our jobs, not talk about personal life shit. um and that just kind of sucks. And it kind of sucks to realize, like, oh, this is another thing I've kind of lost by going no contact with my parents, which, again, is the right choice. It is the best thing for me. Realistically, it's the best thing for them, too. They don't know it, but. Or they don't seem to understand that, but, I mean. We didn't have a good relationship. They don't seem to understand that. We did not have a good relationship. At all. I wish they would understand that, but they don't. Anyway, I'm just rambling. And I'm losing light, so I can't keep going forever. It's so dark. But, yeah, I'm having a rough time. And, I mean, I'll get through it. I'm too stubborn not to get through it. It just kind of sucks. And I wanted to like throw out there for anyone else out there who is estranged from their parents and, is going through a rough time and maybe your parents were the people you would talk to about it before going no contact. I get that it's tough. But there was, theoretically, there was a reason you went no contact with your parents. And you have to weigh whether or not you're in a better place now. Like I said, I do not know if I was in contact with my parents right now, with how hard life is right now. I don't know that I would still be here because the mental and emotional toll that being in contact with them took on me. I don't know if I would still be here at this point. So, like, this is the right choice for me. And it is something you have to weigh. It's something you have to figure out if, like, is this the right thing for you? You made the choice to not be in contact with them, so it probably is, but you do have to think about it. And it's okay to, like, reevaluate that as time goes on. And as things get hard and, whatever. It's okay. Everyone's situation is different. I just really don't think my situation is ever going to change. And that sucks. And, yeah. Just wanted to throw out there that I see you. I see you. If you are an estranged adult child going through a rough time and kind of wishing you had your parents, but also knowing your parents are not good parents to be around while you're going through a rough time. Hopefully, you have a support network of some kind. Like I said, I kind of don't, which is kind of my own fault. I mean, I have friends. I just always worry about burdening my friends because, they're my friends. And they didn't ask for my annoyingness. So, yeah. I'm losing the light, though, so I'm gonna end that. And just say, thanks for listening. If you need to vent in the comments or something like that, or you want to drop me an email because, solidarity is helpful, you can do that. And I would appreciate that. And I am willing to commiserate with you. So, thanks for listening. I appreciate that. This has been my Ria Com, and I will try and chat at you again soon. Bye.